Hello folks, my name is Omer Ahern Jr. and this is my periodic report about what's happening in Grafton County government. I am a county commissioner here in Grafton County, District 3, representing about 15 towns in the eastern, southeastern part of Grafton County. Give you a little bit of an overview of what county government is like here in Grafton County. There are 3 county commissioners. I serve with 2 other commissioners. From District 1 is Commissioner Wendy Piper of Enfield. She serves the towns of Enfield, Lebanon, and Hanover. And then the chairman of the Board of Commissioners is Linda Lauer from Bath, New Hampshire. She serves the towns, the northern and western part of Grafton County. So the county commissioners in the state of New Hampshire, and there's 10 counties, so there's 3 commissioners in every county. We're responsible for the operation and supervision of the nursing home and the houses of correction in the county jails. And specifically also in Grafton County, we have a farm and woodlands operation that we manage as well. The Grafton County Commissioners meet once a week on Tuesday mornings at 9 o'clock. Up at the county complex on the Dartmouth College Highway in North Haverhill, and anyone is welcome at any time to attend our meetings. Our meetings are open to the public, except when we have non-public sessions to discuss items that under RSA 91A says that we can discuss things. So it's been a while since I've reported to you folks, so I've got 4 meetings I'd like to try to report on today, but the powers that be here at Pemmy Baker Television have cautioned me that they don't want me to go over my time too much. So I may only be able to give a couple of weeks presentations here this afternoon, but if we have to cut it short, we can come back another time. So the first meeting I'm going to talk with you about today is our commissioners meeting on May 23rd. Starting at 9 o'clock. And we always start out with the Pledge of Allegiance to our nation's flag. And our first department head or official that met with us at 9 o'clock on Tuesday, May 23rd, was Tom Elliott, and he is the superintendent of the Department of Corrections. And he gave us his regular monthly report. And he gives us a written report each time he comes in. And we have, up in Grafton County, we have a 150-bed county correctional facility that was built about 6 years ago. And it has pods, and each pod or a unit holds different inmates for different classifications. So on May 23rd, we had 77 inmates in-house. In the medium unit, Unit F, we had 22 inmates. In Unit E, the female unit, we had 13 females in that unit, 7 of which are from Coos County. The Coos County Commissioners have asked us in Grafton County to house their female inmates, because they don't quite have a good enough facility at this point. They're talking about maybe building a new facility up there. So we're housing the female inmates in our correctional facility in Grafton County for Coos County. The minimum unit is Unit D, and there are 22 inmates in the minimum unit. In the maximum unit, Unit C, we have 14 inmates there. And in the intake part of the correctional facility, which are where the holding cells are, we have 6 crisis inmates there. A couple of these people, because of the mental health crisis that we have here in New Hampshire, some of those folks, believe it or not, are folks that are dealing with mental health issues, and there is no other place where they can safely be provided housing for. So we provide some housing there. So in addition to the 77 that are in-house, we also have 28 inmates that we're responsible for that are on electronic monitoring, and that's 28 residents there. We also have our community corrections unit at the Department of Corrections, and that has 4 people on electronic monitoring and daily work release. We don't have any out there on work release at this point in time. The Superintendent Elliott spoke with us about Operation Impact, which involves Sergeant Chris Larson conducting presentations at various high schools in Grafton County and also some of the middle schools. And he's talking with the students about different ways to stay out of trouble so that they don't become inmates in our House of Correction. We also have a community work program. Sergeant Griffin is the new corrections officer in charge of the community work program. And Sergeant Griffin reports that he supervised work crews at the Bath Covered Bridge, the Amanusic Building, did a Route 10 roadside cleanup, did some cleanup at the Lebanon landfill, and did some cleanup on other roads in Grafton County. Did some work at the Church of the Nazarene on Route 135, and did roadside cleanup in Holderness and Woodsville at the Woodsville Rail Park. So some other things that he talked about, Superintendent Elliott at the Department of Corrections, they promoted one of his officers, this Sergeant Griffin, was promoted to sergeant when he took over the community work program. We've had drug sweeps of the facilities and no illegal substances were found. They had some drug sniffing canines came in and found nothing amiss, fortunately. The superintendent had a request for non-public session, and that was regarding a personnel issue that I can't talk about any further. Also, this week is the Laconia Motorcycle Week, and the Belknap County Commissioners made a request that during this week, because of the expected issues and challenges that they encounter down there in the Laconia area, the Belknap County Commissioners out of Laconia asked the Grafton County Commissioners if Grafton County would house their Belknap County inmates until Motorcycle Week was over, and we gladly accepted their offer to provide them with this assistance. So this week up at Grafton County, today is June 13th, we are hosting the inmates, the regular population of inmates at Belknap County at our Grafton County facility, just to help out our brothers and sisters down in Belknap County. Crossroads graduation was held on Tuesday, on that night that we were there, and these are a group of young ladies who were inmates, are inmates in our House of Correction, and this Crossroads program is a community volunteer supported effort to help our inmates develop skills, life skills, so that they don't make the same mistakes that got them into trouble, causing them to have to be incarcerated in our prison system here in New Hampshire. So we had a very interesting graduation ceremony, and we saw some very motivated young ladies not wanting to return to the prison setting. We also receive a monthly report from the corrections superintendent on the number of inmates that we have and what they are being incarcerated for. And that report is a little bit discouraging from a social point of view, society point of view. We have 1 or 2 inmates that have been incarcerated in excess of 300 days, awaiting trial. We also had a report from Mr. Bill Gildings. He came in at 9:15 to talk about the alternative sentencing program that we have here in Grafton County. And it's in that program that we have our drug court. And right now there are 22 participants in our drug court in Grafton County. and we have a total prospective clients on the list of 11 people waiting to come on to the program. We have a mental health court. We have 37 participants in the mental health court. We do have, and 3 of those participants are in an offshoot of that program, the mental health court, called the Veterans Court, which, because of funding issues at the state level, we are not going to be able to implement a separate Veterans Court program, but we do provide special opportunities for veterans in this program. We also are involved with the Juvenile Restorative Justice Program. We work with the Katie program here in Plymouth, and there are we have 11 young people involved with the Katie program out of Plymouth, and it's an important program. We also have a adult diversion program. We have 19 adults who, rather than being incarcerated at the House of Correction, we're able to work out a plan acceptable to the county attorney's office and acceptable to the Superior Court to keep these folks out of the House of Correction, but allows them to have intensive counseling and supervision with the idea that they will no longer have issues with the law. So we've had some good success with that adult diversion program as well. We also had a report from the county attorney's office on the drug court sentencing program, and actually that's a new program that they want to start working with in Grafton County. More on that as time progresses. So that is our meeting on May 23rd at Grafton County. Again, you're welcome to attend any of those meetings. Our next meeting was on Tuesday, May 30th, and this meeting was a different type of meeting. We met at 2 o'clock on Tuesday, May 30th. We had a report from the High Sheriff of Grafton County, Sheriff Douglas Dutile, and he was in with one of the detectives in his Sheriff's Department, Detective Eric James, and they were talking about very sad issue, the problem with internet pornography that is just running rampant in our society and running rampant in Grafton County. It's amazing the things that Detective James was reporting on. And he talked about the training that he received in the Boston area on how to deal with this pervasive internet pornography that's infecting our society. Also, so that was about a half-hour presentation by the High Sheriff. We also then, later on in the afternoon, the 3 commissioners conducted a tour of the county farm operations with the farm manager, Donnie Kimball, and we visited the dairy farm operation. We looked at the issues that the farm manager has. We also got a tour of the fields where the corn would be planted, where the hay was going to be harvested. And it was kind of a wet time there in the 30th of May area, so a lot of the crops had not been planted yet. We got a tour of the back part of the county lands where we have forestry management plan being implemented over there. Also in this whole time period, we're also meeting with the Grafton County delegation, talking about the budget issues that I have talked with before. Again, we're looking at a 4.8% in the county expenses in this fiscal year 2018 budget that starts on the 1st of July. And that 4.8% increase in expenses is going to translate into a 5.7% increase in the county taxes here in Grafton County. Now that 5.7% doesn't necessarily mean that's what the increase in taxes in your community are going to be. Some of the communities might see 11% increase in taxes. Other communities might see a 0% percent increase in their taxes based upon your own community's tax bill. That was a quick meeting. Again, we have some very good farmland. We have a very successful vegetable operation up there. We work very closely with Heather Bryant from the University of New Hampshire Cooperative Extension Office, which we house up there at the Grafton County Complex. And Heather Bryant is the vegetable specialist for the northern part of the state of New Hampshire. We're very pleased that we can have Heather and her other co-workers from UNH Cooperative Extension being housed there at the Grafton County Complex. So that was the quick meeting on the 30th of May. The next meeting that we had was on Tuesday, June 6th. We started out at 9 o'clock in the morning, and Karen Clough, the Human Resources Director, came in and gave us her monthly report. And as I've mentioned to you in the past, one of the things that we're really looking positions to fill at the county home are licensed nursing aides, and we have a real need for them. Always looking for registered nurses, and so that's kind of the report that Karen provides to us. New hires, how many people have separated, either resigned or were terminated for whatever reason, so we get a report from her. The next department head or elected official was Laura Saffo, the county attorney, and she gives us a pretty extensive report as to the different programs that she's involved in as the county attorney. Pretty exacting report that she gives us, the different programs that she's involved in, victim witness programs, and again, she's addressing issues in the Lebanon area, in the Littleton area, and over here in the Plymouth area. Now, one of the things that's kind of important for you to know, which I can probably save a little bit of time as I do these reports, if you go to the county website, the Grafton County website, and you find the county commissioner meeting minutes, you'll find that most of these department heads, their reports are incorporated in full into the county commissioner minutes of those meetings. So you'll find the county attorney's report pretty much fully incorporated into our minutes of the June 6th commissioners meeting. We at 10 o'clock on June 6th, we had a public hearing regarding Friendship House up in, I believe that is Bethlehem, and that is going to have a change of management. And so we had to have a public hearing because the funding for Friendship House, which comes from a CDBG grant, is administered by Grafton County, and so the commissioners had to do some activity on that. At 10:15, Craig Labor, the nursing home administrator, came in and made his report. We have 135 beds in the Grafton County Nursing Home up there in North Haverhill. We have a present census as of June 6th of 127 residents. Again, 135 beds is what our capacity is. We have 6 Medicare residents, 100 Medicaid residents, and we have 21 private pay residents. To date, to June 6th, we have had 28 admissions to the nursing home. We have 21 deaths, and we have had 7 discharges. And the discharges can be attributable because a lot of the Medicare residents that we have, they may be there getting some rehabilitation services provided through the county. The county nursing home administrator gave us a budget update, kind of trying to indicate that one of the positions that he had asked for to be funded, that could be changed a little bit due to some surveys that he had as to the type of staffing patterns that he has there at the nursing home. He reported to us that the state and the federal government increased the Medicaid reimbursement rate to $172.75. That's an increase of $10.93 of what we've been receiving from the feds in the state for Medicaid resident reimbursement. We just have a lot of things that are going on at the nursing home. And the reason why we can have a lot of things going on and not see additional increase in staffing is because we have a fantastic volunteer assistance program there. We have, during 2016, 2017, we had 1,510 hours of volunteer time. And that's pretty outstanding that we've got people in the community that are willing to come and, spend time with, read, provide opportunities for our residents in the nursing home to go outside the nursing home because we have some beautiful grounds up there. We have some beautiful views of the mountains of Vermont from where we are in Woodsville, and so we really appreciate the volunteer help that come into Grafton County Nursing Home. And we also have a computer server for sale. If you're interested in purchasing a computer server, you can contact Brent Ruggles at the IT department up there at Grafton County. This is something that was purchased about 3 years ago and for the nursing home, and I guess it just didn't work out. So we have a pretty much unused server there if you're interested in that. Just a lot of things going on at the county. And again, you can see most of the reports there in the on the minutes at the county website. And then our most recent meeting was today, Tuesday, June 13th. We met at 9 o'clock this morning up in North Haverhill. And our first report was from the elected official, Kelly Monahan, who is the Register of Deeds. And Kelly gives us a report on how much revenue has come in to the Registry of Deeds. The Registry of Deeds is the only department agency in Grafton County that actually generates more income than what is used by the department. So in May of 2017, Grafton County received $85,288.55 as its share of the transfer stamp of that, and the state in that same time period received $864,213. So whenever a piece of property is transferred between a seller and a buyer, the state of New Hampshire imposes a transfer tax, real estate transfer tax, and a percentage of that stays with the county Registry of Deeds or the county where that property is located, but the lion's share of that tax goes to the state of New Hampshire to help fund state programs. So we also, the Register also gives us a list of major real estate transfers in the county, and we had a $2,999,933 transfer of a piece of property over in Holderness, which generated a $44,999 transfer stamp. And as I said, a portion of that goes to Grafton County. So I have a number of other deeds here, copies of deeds that the Register shares with the Commissioners showing how we got some expensive, valuable property here in Grafton County. We have, the Lakes area and also over in Hanover and Lebanon. The next department head to speak with us this morning was Brent Ruggles, the IT manager, and he came in to make a presentation to the Commissioners, getting our approval and permission to purchase 20 laptop computers for the Department of Corrections to replace on a timely manner some PCs that are over there that are used to control some of the doors there, the cell doors at the Department of Corrections. So he gave us 3 quotes to replace 20 PCs over there, and we approved the lowest responsible bid. And so the IT manager is going to be able to go ahead and make those purchases. And as a result, there will be about 15 PCs that are going to be coming out of the Department of Corrections that the IT department will scrub, and some of those PC computers will be made available for sale to the public. Also, after IT manager Brent Ruggles came in, Donnie Kimball, the farm manager, came in and gave his farm report. We're currently milking 73 cows. We're shipping 5,700 pounds of milk daily at an average of 78 pounds per cow. And we're making $17.68 per hundredweight for that milk that we're selling down to Agrimark, through Agrimark down into the West Springfield dairy. He gave us a report on the number of piglets that we've sold. We have 8 or 10 piglets left for sale. And if you're interested in purchasing some piglets, you can contact the farm up there at Grafton County, and the piglets that are for sale are going for about $110 a piece. All the spring crops are planted. All the gardens are in as well. And at this time, and I saw them chopping grass today, they're working on chopping the first cut of grass, which will be fed into our dairy cows. And that was the quick report from the county sheriff. And the only other thing that we were talking about was I had a request from a constituent of mine concerned about getting access to the county lands for hunting purposes. Our county lands are open, but not for wheeled vehicles. And so we have some good hunting up there, I'm told, bear and deer during the season. So again, I want to thank the other 2 county commissioners, the chairman, Linda Lauer from Bath, and Commissioner Wendy Piper from Enfield for the hard work that they do. Again, we're working on the budget. Friday of this week, is that the 15th or the 16th? Whatever Friday of this week is, the county delegation is going to be meeting to go over what the final budget will be coming from the county delegation. If you have any questions about that, contact your state reps. Again, I want to thank the Pemmy Baker television folks for giving me this opportunity to share with you what's going on up at Grafton County. If you have any questions of me, Omer Ahern Jr., the Grafton County District 3 Commissioner, you can reach me at 536-2224, 536-2224, or you can reach me at my email, omer.ahern.jr@gmail.com. And again, I thank you all. If you have any questions, give me a call or send me an email. Thank you, and God bless America, and God bless the United States of America, and God bless the state of New Hampshire. Thank you.